is coming on next week, I want to say.
Yep.
Are you excited about it and proud of your sister?
I am, and I get to go. I performed at Madison Square Garden this week with Billy Joel and Paul Simon, and I get to go see my little sister play on that same stage this Friday with Katy Perry. So my mom was doing this.
Yeah.
You know, I was like...
Pretty proud, right?
Yeah,
Not bad.
It was pretty crazy. Right in front of Madison Square Garden, there was The Voice on one side of the street, and on the other side of the street, it was Noah with Katy on tour. And, you know, I've known Katy for a really, really long time, and it's just the best thing that she could do is, I think, go with Katy, just because she kind of has that big sister on the road, even though that I'm not there. I think they just have this really cool bond and relationship, and it's just putting Noah in front of an audience every single night where she can be herself kind of without me, because she's, I wouldn't say cooler than me, but she's pretty cool.
Yeah, you gotta still, it's your little sister, you can't,
but close-ish.
Does she text you for advice and ask you for...
Not that much. She doesn't text me that much really at all these days, because she's on that crazy, I don't do those like trips anymore where the tours are just so back to back and just so much work. And I think, you know, right now she's just working so much, and so I never know what's going on until I, you know, turn on the radio and there's a new Noah Cyrus song, and there it is. But you know what? I do this with my dad, where I always thought I wasn't listening to him when he was giving me advice, and then when I'm in like a pickle, all of a sudden his advice will just be the one thing that I needed. And I hear her doing that with me sometimes. Like, you know, just even when she's getting dressed, if someone's kind of telling her who to be or trying to make her a pageant queen, which she's not at all. She's always been like kind of punk rock, and she'll just, you know, say, no, Miley's always told me, be who you want to be who you really are, and, you know, there'll never be anyone like you, so make sure you always be yourself, because then no one can ever replicate it. And if they do, then they're just whack, and it'll never feel comfortable the way that you do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's 1 in a million.
That's why you have to put, like, frogs on your record. Because now if anyone ever puts a frog on their record,
you're still
it's
getting
like,
sued.
you copied me.
You're still getting sued by that frog, please.
You never,
Killer Angry Baby.
Angel
Oh, it's
Baby.
Angel, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I represent Killer Angry Baby. Sorry. Totally different frog, never mind.
Exactly.
I just dropped the whole thing. Tonight, you were going to do a song off the album Younger Now, but you changed it this morning.
Yes.
To a different song. What song are you performing and why?
I'm going to do, I think this is probably for the first time in 5 or 6 years, I'm going to do the song The Climb. And I'm doing...
Yeah!
I'm doing The Climb because it says the struggles I'm facing, the chances I'm taking, they sometimes might knock me down, but I'm not breaking. You may not know it, but these are the moments that we're going to remember most. The moments we're going to remember most aren't being pulled apart by evil, but coming together through love, you know, and all of us uniting and really believing, you know, as your guest on Wednesday says, we are stronger together, you know, and I cannot wait for Hillary Clinton to be here. I put on my Instagram that I really hope hugs are allowed, because there's no one on the planet I want to give a bigger hug than her, just for, you know, encouraging us all to stay together. And it's true, we have to live that every single day. We have to unite, and we can't let people divide us, you know.
Yeah.
On and on and on. I said, and it's on and on and on.